Hi everyone, my name is Megan O'Keefe and I'm an Operations and Development Specialist for the Lee-Fraumeni Syndrome Association, and we are so excited to welcome you all to our second annual LFSA Fall Gymnastics Invitational. For those of you in the audience, I'm sure you know that you're here to watch some talented gymnasts, but you may not also know that this is a very special invitational. All of the profits from this weekend are going to the Lee-Fraumeni Syndrome Association, a nonprofit that works to support those with Lee-Fraumeni syndrome, or LFS. This rare hereditary genetic disorder predisposes people to multiple types of cancer over their lifetime. And this weekend, we're raising money to help support this community as well as to fund LFS-based research. Although you may not personally know someone affected by this syndrome, many of us do unfortunately have a loved one who has been affected by cancer in some way. And the best part about the research is that all of the research being done with the money we raised this weekend is directly linked to the current work that's being done to find a cure for cancer. If that didn't convince you to support all the amazing work this organization is doing, in the next few minutes, you'll hear from members of the LFSA community around the world who will share their stories of how this organization has changed their life for the better. In addition to research, events such as our youth workshop and our international symposium are made possible with your support, and we thank you so much for being here today. Again, all proceeds from this weekend's competition will benefit the LFSA, but if you're interested in making an additional donation, we have flyers all around the gym with a QR code that you can scan, or you can go directly to the website at bit.ly/LFSA Gymnastics. I want to say a big thank you to all of our amazing volunteers, sponsors, vendors, and everybody who made this weekend possible. And most importantly, thank you to all the athletes and coaches who are here to flip for a good cause. Good luck, ladies!
Hi, my name is Jen.
My name is Sandy.
I want to welcome you to the second annual LFSA Fall Invitational. So we are so grateful that you're here, and we felt it was really important not only to wish you good luck in the competition, but to thank you for coming and supporting this invitational because it's for a very special cause.
It is. And we'd like to show you where the money that you're donating goes to support.
That's right. So what follows after we're done talking, which hopefully won't be too long,
right?
But you're going to get a chance to meet some of the children, some of the doctors, and really see how every single dollar benefits these kids and really saves lives. You know, one of the things a lot of people ask is why I've never heard of LFS. And what you're going to hear from some of the doctors is what LFS is. But very simply, the gene that affects LFS is the same gene that affects the majority of all cancers. So,
and we all know somebody that has cancer. We have people in our family, we have friends.
Yep.
So this is a great cause to support because it will go for research for all types of cancers.
That's right, but specific to kids.
Right.
It'll go for whole body MRI screenings, which help detect cancer early and save these children's lives because, you know, with children it's very devastating. But there's multiple cancers that these kids can get in their lifetime that are completely unrelated. So we're hoping to stop that.
Yep, that's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. So you'll see around the building, you're going to see in the hallways and the auditorium, you're going to see where you get to have the concessions. You'll see pictures of the kids in the youth program.
Right.
A lot of the ones just recently at the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, we had our youth workshop this August, where they had a chance to go into the labs, actually see the research in action, which was wonderful. So they got a chance to see a really hopeful future.
What a great program that was for kids. They come from all over the world, actually.
Yep.
And the great thing for them is most of them don't know anybody else that has LFS. So we bring them together. I says they get to meet people that have the same disease as them, same kids. It's a very great support system for them and also for families.
That's right. So we just thought it was really important that you had a chance to know what we were fundraising for.
Right.
This whole meet is for that. And we just want to thank you for you know, being here to support it.
Right, we're very grateful to all the coaches and the gymnasts and families that came to support our cause, and we really want to say thank you. We feel very blessed.
Yep, very blessed. So we wish you luck at this competition.
Yep, good luck.
And thank you again. We know you have a choice, and there's a lot of things to choose from, so we're glad that you chose this.
Right.
So have a great meet, and we look forward to talking to you soon.
Right, good luck.
Hello, My name is Dr. Joshua Schiffman. I am a pediatric oncologist. That means I take care of children with cancer. And I want to spend a few minutes talking to you now about something called Lee-Fraumeni syndrome. This is a disease or a syndrome where people are at high risk for cancer. The reason that they have such a high risk is because one of their genes in their body is not working. Not the type of genes you like to wear on the weekend or to gymnastic meets, but the kind of genes that are our DNA. We all have 2 copies of every gene, one from our mom and one from our dad. And there are over 22,000 different genes in our body. Well, people with Lee-Fraumeni syndrome have one of those genes that's broken, and it's called the p53 gene. That's right, the letter P and the number 53, p53. When p53 gene is broken, it can't do its job protecting us from cancer. And people with Lee-Fraumeni syndrome have almost 100% lifetime risk of developing cancer. Not only that, many of the cancers that they'll get will be at a very young age, when they're children, which is how I've gotten to know many of these patients with Lee-Fraumeni syndrome. In fact, 1 in 5,000 people may actually have Lee-Fraumeni syndrome. That's a lot of people who are walking around with a hereditary risk for getting cancer. Right now, there's no medicine that we have to stop patients with Lee-Fraumeni from getting cancer, but we're working on it, and that's where your help comes in. The Lee-Fraumeni Syndrome Association is raising money. They're working together with the people at this meet to help fundraise, to get donations, to help the research, to try to stop p53 mutations from causing cancer. In our research laboratory at Huntsman Cancer Institute at the University of Utah, we're actually studying elephants. That's right, elephants that almost never get cancer. Now, they don't have broken p53 genes. They have actually extra p53 genes. Instead of 2 copies, they have 40 copies. 40 copies, 20 times as much as people, and that's protecting them from developing cancer. What we're studying with support from people like you, people who have been generous and have been helpful with fundraising through the Lee-Fraumeni Syndrome Association, we're trying to understand just how that elephant p53 is working, and could we one day maybe even make a medicine? Imagine that, a medicine based on the natural cancer fighting ability of elephants to give to our patients with Lee-Fraumeni syndrome. It's so important that you reach into your wallets and that you participate today in helping us to try to understand who's getting cancer with Lee-Fraumeni syndrome and what can we do to stop it. I'm personally on the medical advisory board at the LFSA, and so I know just how important it is to get these dollars and how they are supporting cutting-edge research, not just our own, but others around the world, forming support groups to help people with Lee-Fraumeni syndrome live better, healthier lives. You can be part of the cure. Thank you so much for your attention today, and thank you for participating in today's meet and for being part of the fun and part of the fundraising that is going on today, right now, that will make a difference for people all over around the world, children, adults, and families with Lee-Fraumeni syndrome. Thank you so much for all that each and every one of you are doing.
Hi there, my name is Anna Joy.
Hello, my name is Michelle.
Hi, I'm Marley McDonald.
Thank you so much for your support for the Lee-Fraumeni Syndrome Association.
I was diagnosed with Lee-Fraumeni syndrome in 2011 when I was 8 years old.
Both my brother and my mother also have LFS. About 3.5 years ago, I had a very serious brain tumor removed, and my mom has had more cancers than you can count on your 2 hands.
When I was 15 years old, I actually was diagnosed with childhood cancer myself, something called Hodgkin lymphoma. And that really made me want to grow up to become a pediatric cancer doctor, to take care of kids with cancer just like the way the doctors had taken care of me.
We've been dealing with Lee-Fraumeni syndrome for several generations, and 3 of our family have it.
And my daughter Addie was diagnosed with having Lee-Fraumeni syndrome following her diagnosis of a second primary cancer a brain tumor.
New work has come out where we've looked, and it may be as common as 1 in 500 people who have this mutation. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people around the world at risk for cancer because they have the gene that causes Li-Fraumeni syndrome.
So we found out my dad had cancer after he got genetic testing, and we found out he had LFS. They told us that there was a chance that it would be in me or my sister. And so we were waiting for the results, but one day I came from school, my mom said we needed to talk about something. She wanted to pull me off or sit me down or something, but I kind of already knew what it was about because we had been waiting for it for so long. And I told her, just tell me, and so she told me right there.
My parents and I found out about the LFSA just a couple years ago, and I attended my first youth symposium in Boston just a couple months ago.
We was kindly invited to attend the first ever youth workshop organised by the Li-Fraumeni Syndrome Association held in Salt Lake City. We travelled from the UK to meet other families and other teenagers affected by LFS.
Some of the closest friends that I have now, that I'm sure will be lifelong friendships, have been made through the youth conferences that the youth program of the LFSA have been able to host.
Going to the teen conference that they put on has allowed my daughter to be with a group of people that have become fast friends and a good support and someone that they can all just share with and that understand where they're coming from.
It was a really incredible experience, and I got to meet a ton of super kind people, and I got to make friends with a lot of kids with Li-Fraumeni syndrome, which was really cool that I got to talk about our shared experiences, as well as learn about LFS in a new way.
It was a great opportunity for our young people to meet one another, form new friendships, and understand they were not alone.
A huge part of our recovery has been emotional, and part of that emotional recovery has been making relationships with people who understand what we're going through, whom we don't have to explain everything to. And those relationships have been primarily made through the Li-Fraumeni Syndrome Association and being able to meet other families with LFS and other youth with LFS.
And I had never met someone else other than my mom who had it, and realizing that we all have kind of the same experiences, just a little bit different, and how we're all from all over the world, which is amazing.
No friends here, no matter how good they are, know exactly what that's like, except this group.
I am so thankful for the relationships that I've made in those conferences with other youth and family of those youth, that those connections would not have been made without the youth conference.
And although there's been some friends they've lost, they've gained hope too. Hope for a future.
6 months after this trip, we lost Addie. She was just 16 years old.
I have talked to dozens of families, countless members of families who have lost people in their family tragically, and that may have been able to be averted if we knew then what we knew now.
It's not fun, but we like to focus on the positive and make every day a special day.
But about LFS is there's just this huge wave of people that and very great motivation, and you can see they're making progress and everyone is doing their best to help us and future generations with LFS, and so I think we're on a good way, and that's a great feeling.
The doctors there have gained hope too, and given hope too, because they're inspired by these children that they get to see and meet and speak to, and gives them inspiration to find this cure for cancer.
As a clinician, as a doctor, taking care of these patients, responsible for the health of these patients. There's nothing more satisfying than an interaction with patients with Li-Fraumeni syndrome. Certainly they have respect for us, but I have to say, as a clinician, we have an amazing amount of respect and appreciation for our patients. We are humbled by the Li-Fraumeni community, and it is a privilege for us as caregivers to take care of patients with Li-Fraumeni syndrome and to walk together on this path to leading a better, healthier life.
Adi died as she had lived, complaining very little and never acting a victim. And her Lionheart legacy lives on as we continue to support those families affected by LFS.
Thanks to the LFSA, I made lifelong friends that I can't wait to go see again at the next symposium.
And I know that the youth conference and the youth program and all that the youth program is able to do for LFS youth is because of you guys.
The Li-Fraumeni Syndrome Association connects families globally, and we support one another through our journeys with LFS. With your support, we can continue to connect families, support our young people, and further fund much needed research into Li-Fraumeni syndrome.
It's only going to get better with the collaborations that we've established, with the network that's really being fueled by the Li-Fraumeni Syndrome Association, LFSA, and the LIFE Consortium, a collection of doctors and caregivers who are studying Li-Fraumeni syndrome.
And your money all goes towards these things, and we're forever grateful.
None of the recovery would have happened without you guys. Being able to make those conferences happen and allow those connections to form.
By attending this meet, you're helping bring kids together like me.
I wish to thank you for listening and thank you for your kind support here today.
You're making a big difference for so many. Thank you.
So from the bottom of my heart and from my family, thank you so much for all that you've done to support the Li-Fraumeni Syndrome Association and their youth program.
Thank you.